Happy New Year, everyone. I hope y'all had a good New Year's celebration. Some of you bring it in quiet, some of you bring it in with family. This year was a little different. One of my daughters, her kids have been so sick that because of the baby that Rachel has had, Tracy kept her kids at home. It's kind of sad because we've always all gotten together. I thought I'd show you that this little garden for the granddaughter next door, she can see the roots grow in the water, and she'll see the roots grow down that. That's some Brussels sprouts that were in the garden that got a little frozen. I thought I'd see if they grow. There's Maybelle. This is how my dogs are. They have a rough life, don't they? They just got it rough, don't they? And then I thought I'd show you this over here. We've been having cold weather. Went hot and cold. Yes, I have a picture of my truck. My grandson did that for me because he knows I love my truck. Anyway, that's seed sprouts. It's got 4 levels. Then I decided that I would start one of these because I've been watching someone else is doing them. Look at that. Look at those seeds. Already in 3 days, well, 2 days, they started showing up. Bib lettuce, got one there. And butter crunch lettuce, and got some herbs. So, but anyway, I heard this, I don't know what you want to call him. He's kind of a leader of a religious group. And I just listen to everybody sometimes. And I heard the word that he gave, and it makes so much sense to me. He said, the word for the year is the gift of goodbye. Learn the gift of goodbye. Now, you wouldn't think that goodbye would be a gift. I mean, I wouldn't. But I guess it can be a gift. He says, when God closes a door, don't open it. Because he explained, you got to be at peace with that. You got to be at peace with God closing the door. If you open the door God closed, you can't receive the blessings he has for you. You're going to let things in that will hinder you. May even harm you, I don't know. But I was thinking about that, and sometimes we want what we want and we don't always listen. We're like kids. Well, I wanted it this way. We expect things to go this way and that way, and we really can't control things. Sometimes we got to let go and let God. And he also said something else I hadn't thought about. I mean, that you don't ever think about that. He says, look to apostolic leaders, not pastors. Pastors are what churches are ran by. It's kind of like the keeper of the building. Pastors are concerned about people and preaching salvation, but apostles are about the kingdom and moving their people into the kingdom, not salvation numbers. Apostles strengthen their people for the kingdom, which, by way of living the kingdom life, will make others want to come. So that's kind of how you bring in others, I would say. This advances many to the kingdom by doing this. The pastors are a modern convention. Apostles are what we need to build an army. Apostles are what are written of in God's word. Just think about that. He talked about apostles. You didn't hear them really talking about preachers. So think about it. If you have an army like the military, and you're just bringing large amounts of people in, just gathering people hither and yon, but you're not preparing them to advance, to protect your kingdom. There's a song, I love it. It's called One Tin Soldier. It says they fought and they fought, and all these people wanted the treasure that they had buried on the mountain. And then the end of this story, they say, go ahead and hate your neighbor, go ahead and cheat a friend. Because the only thing that was written in the treasure was peace on earth everywhere. It said, love your neighbor, love your friend. And in the end, One Tin Soldier rode away because They went up there and they wanted to get rid of the people for what their treasure was. Their treasure was something that was, I take it, in their heart and in their minds. And so I think that all fits very well with my verse that I share a lot. I share this verse almost every time I talk on my channel here. I guess y'all should know it by now. Micah 6:8. He has showed thee what is good and what the Lord requires of thee, to do justly, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. And I think that's what we need to remember this year. That breaks down the 10 Commandments. You can pretty much break down the 10 Commandments into those 3 areas right there. And just remember the gift of goodbye. If God closes the door, don't you open that door back up again. Let it go and find out what door God has open for you, because often God has a door open for you. I think we need to pray for our nation, pray for our leaders, even if we don't like them. I don't care which side they're on. Pray for our leaders, because that's the only thing we can do right now, because they sure don't listen to us. And they can ignore God and run from God, but I'll tell you what, when he wants to step in. And I heard a good story about the Exodus and all the trials they went through. And that was God attacking the leaders, but the people also suffered. So sometimes to straighten out leaders and wake them up, we need to be prepared, because it's going to be hard on us. Not because of God, but because they're hard-headed. And let's face it, we've allowed a lot of this to be put in to our world right now. I think we should learn to live a life like these here dogs live. Hello, Maybelle. Look at that. Hello. What you doing, pretty girl? Look at that tail. She's got her jacket on. I'm fixing to take it off. About 35 degrees, they can have their jackets off. She stays colder than him. He's like hot-blooded. Ain't you, Moses? What you doing, handsome boy? What you do? Look at that. Wake up. Look at that, handsome boy. Look at that. That's my Moses. He's a little bit sleepy looking. They have a rough life. Y'all have to overlook them. But anyway, remember that. I think that's a good word to learn this year. The gift of goodbye. And to remember Micah 6:8. To do justly, to love mercy, and walk humbly with your God.